It's the season finale for the Bombers. The season series on the line here in Winnipeg as the race for first in the West heads into the home stretch. It's Friday Night Football, the Stamps and Bombers on live mic night from IG Field.
That means if the Winnipeg Blue Bombers have the ball, we'll listen in to Zach Collaros, who's in his first start and first real game since, well, over a year now. And Wynton McManus on defense for Calgary is also mic'd up. When the Calgary Stampeders have the football, it's Bo Levi Mitchell, of course, 11-2 against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And tonight we put a mic on Marcus Sayles, who's got 62 tackles and 3 picks. See if he can get Bo tonight.
There's Dave Dickinson. His Stampeders try to even their road record at 4-4. They're 7-1 against the West, and they can nail down first place with victories in their final 2 games. On the other sideline, Mike O'Shea's Bombers 7-1 at home. They need a win to keep their hopes of a home playoff date alive. Bombers 1-4 in games decided by 4 points or fewer, including last week's 37-33 victory by the Stampeders at McMahon. Going to be returners by committee tonight. No Terry Williams for Calgary. Lorenzo Jerome and Asno Robo have dropped deep to accept the opening kickoff as Calgary, like they did last week, won the toss and want the football first.
Well, last week when they went deep on play 1, we'll see.
So Medlock kicks it off. And it will be Lorenzo Jerome. Gets stopped up just short of the 30-yard line. And here comes Bo Levi Mitchell, now 11-2 against the Bombers. And he was the architect of 4 touchdown drives of at least 75 yards last week.
Start number 96 for Bo Levi Mitchell, 7-2 this year because he missed 7 games. Took the ball last week and went deep in play 1.
Start at the 29, and they'll start on the ground. And Ante Leader with the short gain tumbles an extra yard ahead to around the 33. So give him 4 with some second effort.
Josh Huff in the receiving corps led the team last week, but Beggleton is in 3rd in the CFL with 3 touchdowns last week. Now has 10 on the season. Up front, Derek Dennis and Neela Kazatani pitched a shutout in the defensive ends against Jackson Jeffcoat and Willie Jefferson.
Call the draw, and here's Leader, and Ante Leader has a first down. It'll be by committee here tonight. Ante Leader and Don Jackson, but Leader, the Canadian, gets his 2nd consecutive start.
Shane Bergman off to a good start at that left guard spot for the Calgary offensive line. Gets his block, turns his man outside, and a huge alley for Ante Leader to get 10.
"14 yards on the ground against the best rush defense in the league. And they'll stay on the ground. Leader again, and Willie Jefferson there to stop him near the line of scrimmage.
So Jefferson has 12 sacks in the season, 15 knockdowns, a CFL record for defensive linemen, and didn't have a stat last week. That is almost unheard of for such a dominant player. You look back in the linebacking core, 1 change there for Winnipeg. Mercy Maston will play that tweener in a linebacking core. And back in the secondary, we've got a guy who leads the league in interception in Winston Rose. Marcus Sayles is mic'd up tonight, and Mike Jones in his first start of the season.
See if Mitchell tests him on the corner. 2nd and long, pressure coming, pass for Rogers, caught at midfield, and that's a Stampeder first down working against Marcus Sayles.
This will be a matchup that should happen quite often tonight with Eric Rogers into the boundary against Sayles.
Sayles with a bumper recovery touchdown last week. First down right at the midfield stripe. Big Hill on the blitz. Mitchell stands in, and that ball incomplete. In and out of the hands of the fullback, Charlie Power.
A different game plan out of the gate for Dave Dickinson and the Calgary Stampeders. Go with a couple run plays. Tuante Leader gets his second start at tailback, and then just sort of more to controlled offense. Last week against the Bombers, they went two of the first 3 plays were deep throws from Bo Levi Mitchell. They got one, and Eric Rogers dropped the other.
Second and 10. Mitchell over the middle. Sindani's got the catch. And another first down. Got to the first down stick and a couple extra for a 12-yard pickup for Sindani.
Bo Levi Mitchell, I thought, was as accurate as I've ever seen him. And this is a guy, keep in mind, with 76 wins, just 17 losses and 2 ties. That's his career win-loss record. Maybe his best game, certainly of the season last week. Even though the numbers were good, in the completion percentage, not great. I thought he was awesome.
Got a leader, and he gets stuffed at the 38-yard line.
One of the reasons for that was lack of pressure up front. We talked about Willie Jefferson, Jackson Jeffcoat just didn't get home. Derek Dennis and Mila Kazatati did a nice job. So the question now is, first, how do they adjust? I'm watching in the first series a couple of 3-man pressures from the Bombers trying to drop everybody and make Bo Levi Mitchell be patient in the drive.
Stamps only had 33 yards rushing last week, 20 on this opening drive. Pressure coming, and the pass complete. But a quick close there by Mercy Maston, the dime back tonight. And let's see where forward progress is. Looks like they'll be a couple yards short.
You know, the theory on 4-man pressure is basically, at some point, if you make an offense go 12, 13, 14 plays in a drive, at some point somebody's going to make a mistake. So you think whether it's the quarterback with a mistake, indecision, a bad decision, or a receiver just dropping it, running back or receiver dropping the ball. That's the theory.
Nick Arbuckle, short yardage, group in, third and a full yard, and Arbuckle, second effort, should have it. Maston suggesting otherwise. And Dave Foxcroft says it is a first down. Take a look at our rough view from Dave Foxcroft tonight. So the march continues. 9th play of the drive. And they set up the screen. Don Jackson's in. Jackson trying to turn the corner, and great pursuit from Kyrie Wilson.
So this is the strategy now for the Bombers defensively on drive number 1. They're making Mitchell be patient with the offense. These intermediate short throws, little run game. That's the play calling so far from Dave Dickinson. So this is the down right now that the Bombers are counting on for the mistake, or they make the play.
Ugly 62. Matt T-swag backside down and hook. Put off already.
Second and 1.
3 for 4 on second down conversions. Jackson still in. Wide side of the field. Pass caught by Mayala and bumped out there by the first game starter Mike Jones.
Well, one of Mitchell's superpowers is his ability to read defenses quickly. He knew he had 3-man pressure. So if you have 3-man pressure, they're playing zone behind it with all those extra guys. The soft spot is right on the sideline from Hergy Miala. He's just going to get out there to the sideline. That's the soft spot. Deep defender outside is Mike Jones. He's playing way off because he has the deep outside third in the cover.
T-flat, backside Noha. Put off already.
First start out there for Mike Jones.
Impressive opening. Stampeder drive. First and 10. Pocket collapsing. Mitchell got Mayala. Touchdown. Hergy Mayala's got his 3rd touchdown of the year on a 22-yard strike from Bo Levi Mitchell.
And immediately takes the crowd right out of it, and Bo makes this play with his legs. He's going to negotiate the pocket. He doesn't like what he sees to the play side, which is the short side of the field. Good protection allows him the time to just slide to his left, and now it's a scramble drill for the receivers and DBs, and Hergy Mayala gets him behind coverage.
Touchdown in 14 consecutive games now for Mitchell. "11 plays, 81 yards. So another long distance scoring drive for Calgary against Winnipeg, and Paredes heads the convert. And it's 7-0 Stampeders. Mitchell looks sharp out of the gate, flicks the wrists, and finds Mayala for the major.
Maybe it's the sun of that sun on you. I feel like burning up the...
So Zach Collaros makes his Winnipeg debut. No real introduction needed.
No, really, there isn't. It started his career in Toronto, went to the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Of course, Saskatchewan, his last, real football was last year in 2018. He was in 14 starts, 10-4 with the Rough Riders. Traded twice, and now Winnipeg Blue Bombers this year.
First start since June 13th. That lasted 3 plays. Last complete game, October 20th, when he threw for 352 yards.
Ranger.
Great conversation with him yesterday about his health. He says he's 100%. He feels great. He's trusted the doctors.
We got
and
ace left.
every one of the teams.
Hobo. Wire place check on 1. Ready?
From Saskatchewan through to Toronto and now with Winnipeg, and all the doctors have checked him off. He's good to go, and I think there's a lot of people across the country cheering for Zach Collaros tonight.
Blue West up.
2nd and 8. First throw is a bomber to the wide side, and it'll be a first down connection to Drew Wolotarski, who did not have a catch last week.
Wolotarski is remember that Bo throw to that dead spot in the zone? That's exactly the same thing that Zach sees in this coverage, and he'll just drop it out there for a first down and looks real comfortable in throw number 1 as a Bomber.
Been here 2 weeks, so a quick study.
Go. Blue way. Blue is up.
First down at the 39. Andrew Harris has a couple. Set that Winnipeg offense for you. That's number 1 on the ground in the Canadian Football League.
It is, and they get Darvin Adams back, and now Collaros has a deep threat, a legit deep threat. He's been targeted more over 10 yards than any receiver. I didn't highlight any of the O-line because they lead the league in rush yards per game, and that takes all 5 of them to get that done with Andrew Harris behind him. He's got over a 300-yard lead on the next closest running back.
Blue way. Blue way's up.
Another passing situation, 2nd and 7. Crosser caught, and it will be a first down. It is Kenny Lawler up at the 50. Dragged down on the play by Deshaun Amos.
Of course, Chris Strebler banged up and hurt, not available for action, or probably would have started for the Bombers. In that first game against Calgary, he took a beating, was the leading rusher, and has an ankle injury that they hope is healed before the playoffs begin.
31.
Zach
Wide bar
Collaros off to a good start.
Ready?
Goes up.
So 2 first downs and right back to Harris, and he'll plunge ahead for 4 on that carry. And here's the Calgary D tonight.
Yeah, no Cordero Law, their leader in the sack department. He is out due to injury. Anthony Johnson will sub in for him. Winton McManus is our mic'd middle linebacker tonight for Calgary, and in the secondary, they get their best defensive player this year back in the lineup. Missed last week, but Trey Roberson with 7 picks is back.
Go there, go.
McManus had 11 tackles last week. 2nd and 7, and movement prior to the snap.
Not surprised to see that. You get a new quarterback. He has a different cadence, different sound from his voice.
5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
The O-line has been used to Strebler for the second half of the season since Matt Nichols has been out, and
Rocks right, 765. Deep, fight out, X-stutter, backside spear. Swing on one, ready, swing.
Could be even a different tone. Make you flinch.
Go!
And a different
Blue way.
language for Collaros to learn in the last couple weeks. So 2nd and 12, and in some trouble, shovels it ahead. And catch was made by Lawler, but he gets driven back, and the punt team will come on. Mike Rose got a piece of Collaros, who had to hurry the shovel.
You know, he looked good. He looked comfortable in his first few throws, and I think this play right here may be one of the most important for him, and that's because he got tackled. He got hit. He got hit by a couple of guys, and hit pretty hard, as a matter of fact, and got up and is fine. Based on his history, Collaros needs to know that he can take a hit and jump back up. And
it was a big hit from Jabbar Westerman at the end of that play, but Collaros able to run unaided to the sideline. 7-0 Stamps early in Winnipeg.
Where's Danny?
What an impressive opening touchdown drive. 11 plays, 81 yards for Calgary, their 3rd opening drive major of the season.
Yeah, you took about half the quarter, the first quarter, ate it up. Over 7 minutes on the drive, finished with the Mayala touchdown, and that's now the 5th drive over 75 yards going back to last week.
That's not Hollywood. I'll put ready. 51.
And you can tell that Mayala's earned the trust of his veteran quarterback in the last few weeks.
Absolutely.
First down out of his hands and knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Willie Jefferson's got his 60th knockdown of the year. That's the most ever by a defensive lineman. It's too short of the CFL record for any defensive player.
Right up at the top of your screen here, and coming off that pass rush inside, not on the outside on the tackle, and he gets the knockdown. 16 on the season, CFL record for defensive linemen, and he's on the stat sheet.
2nd and 10. And that pass incomplete. Was trying to connect with Bingleton, and the dime back Mercy Maston was step for step.
Clean run!
And you don't very often see number 5 with a big donut on the stat sheet at the end of a game. But those 2 tackles for Calgary did a nice job, and I had a good conversation with Mike O'Shea about Jefferson's game last week, and he said, you know, he thought the entire defensive line at times were maybe giving Bo Levi Mitchell a little too much respect.
Denarian Grant from the 42 with a flag down, and he's out at the Calgary bench. We will sort out the flag, but a 2-and-out for that Bomber defense, led by big number 5, Willie Jefferson, and that 6'9" wingspan.
Line on my shoulder makes shapes in the cloud. Straight to my head, never wanna come down.
Mike O'Shea was with Zach Collaros in Toronto, so familiarity a key to the deal. With more on that, here's Claire Hanna.
Yes, and Chris, as you mentioned before, Zach Collaros has only been with the Bombers for 2 weeks, and even head coach Mike O'Shea admitted he didn't even expect they'd be getting the quarterback into the lineup this quickly. But part of that acceleration was because of the relationship between the head coach and the quarterback that dates back to 2012 in Toronto. That was Zach Collaros' first year in the league. O'Shea was the special teams coordinator, and O'Shea said he knew that when they were getting the quarterback on this team, he'd know how to fit into a locker room. That quarterback room in Toronto included Jarius Jackson, Ricky Ray, Trevor Harris, and that they know Collaros knows how to fit into a room. He's a CFL veteran, and he's highly intelligent, and so far, he's fit in perfectly, guys.
And Claire, we also referenced the fact that Zach's been around at this time of the year. Been on a Grey Cup champion, been with a team that's gone to the Grey Cup final. First down here, there was a penalty to Derek Jones on the punt return. Darvin Adams has the catch, and the ball will be spotted up around the 38-yard line.
And South Carolina Police just before the game started said
Yard right,
quick discussion with him. And he's real excited about seeing what Zach can do in passing game for the Bombers. 5 times this year they've been under 200 yards
Blue
passing.
way! Blue way's it on! Huh?
Jamar Wall tried to anticipate the snap,
Good job.
but
Yeah.
he'll take a 5-yard penalty.
You know, when you get traded, it's tough on the families as well. And Zach told us yesterday that he's been traded twice this year. Once to the Argos and then here to the Bombers. And it was a discussion with his family, with his wife. And one of the ways he sold his wife on this move was because of Michael O'Shea.
Hey, listen up.
Said he'll do it the right way.
Hey,
And this is going to be a real good situation
left
for
cluster.
us.
0 R Barb Charlie on 1. Ready? Go! Blue way! Blue way's enough!
Andrew Harris inside. And Harris runs hard but gets drilled back. Nate Hawley in on the tackle. Got help from the veteran Brandon Smith. Forward progress spotted at the 48, so a gain of 5 for Harris.
Hey, we got ace right, 65 Colts, backside scurry, check on 1. Ready?
Harris with 13 yards, 13 away from 9,000 rushing yards in his CFL career.
Blue way! Blue way's up!
2nd and 5. Stands in, takes a shot, and it's caught. Rasheed Bailey got it as Calaro stretches the field in his first chunk play as a Winnipeg Blue Bomber.
Stretches the field and shows why he was considered back in 2015 as an MOP candidate before his ACL injury, because he's this accurate. This is a back shoulder throw because there's 2 Calgary Stampeders inside on Rasheed Bailey. So he throws it to the outside shoulder and Bailey makes the adjustment and the catch, a 36-yard gain.
And an injury to Trey Roberson, who's getting help to the sidelines, a little on the limp.
Rear Intelligent Emergency Braking. Innovative technology designed to help keep your family safe. Available in the Nissan Rogue.
Hey, listen up. Here we go.
Well, it's game 17 for Calgary.
Hey, we got
that's just the
trips left.
18th
Tough.
big
9
play
blunt,
that they have
wide
surrendered
fast,
on
ball.
defense
Ready?
this season. A run of over 20 yards or a pass play of over 30.
Go! Blue way! It's enough!
First down 26. Harris left side. And the run's been stopped so far for the most part. There's Anthony Johnson, who takes over the spot vacated by the injured Cordero Law. So 2 for Harris, 2nd and 8, late in this first quarter.
Listen up. We got Yucks right, 765. Pay State backside carp check on 1. Ready?
Rasheed Bailey's checked back in. Lorenzo Jerome takes the
Blue way!
field corner
Blue way's
spot.
enough!
They'll dump it off. Here's Harris. Makes the first man miss. And Andrew Harris got a first down. Whitney McManus makes the tackle, but it's 11 on the final play of the opening quarter.
Line on my shoulder, make shapes in the clouds. Straight to my head, never wanna come down. It's love your deal.
This program may contain coarse language that could offend some viewers. Discretion is advised.
If you're a Stampeder fan, you like that first drive. If you're a Bomber fan, you gotta like what you've seen from Zach Collaros in that opening quarter.
So you're saying both fan bases are happy after
So far, so good.
quarter one. Well, Zach went 6 for 6. Some real nice throws, a good, accurate, deep ball throw to the off shoulder. And so, you know, he looks comfortable in there. And right now, the Bombers, as you mentioned, the Bomber fans, looking at those numbers, last week against Calgary, they had 137 yards passing in the entire game. They're over halfway there after one quarter. So Zach looks comfortable.
And he did take a hit in that
Right
First
exit,
series.
433 blunt, throw
Bounce
back post,
back up.
backside pig. Shoot on one. Ready? Yeah.
Now in the red zone. First down for the Bombers.
Go!
At
Blue
the
way.
Stampeder 13.
Blue way's enough.
Moves around the pocket, throws it away. Might have been a broken play there. Was there a little confusion between he and Andrew Harris?
Hey, listen up. Oh, no. No.
Bombers 5 for 6 on second downs.
Montana. Go! Blue way! Blue way's enough!
Has to bounce out of the pocket, in trouble. Stays up and now is dropped. Chris Casher finishes Colaros off. And the field goal unit will come on. 7th sack of the year for Casher, his 3rd in as many games. So here's Medlock from 29 yards out. Medlock hits his 11th consecutive, and the Bombers are on the board. So Colaros 6 for 7, 77 yards, and he told us yesterday that he knew he was ready.
You always want to play, but you want to have that. You want to have somebody who's professional. Be like, hey man, you're good to go. And you know, I would say somewhere 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, I felt like I could probably go out there and play. But they were very cautious about it, and I appreciate that.
If he's really wanting to push that far.
I wanted to make a point of thanking the fans that have expressed concern for Zach throughout the last over a year now. And thank the training staffs.
And around to Klukas, and he's dragged down at the 40-yard line. A flag comes down at the end of that play on the tackle. 5-yard running play. Did Jackson Jeffcoat get a piece of the face mask?
Major foul, unnecessary roughness, Winnipeg, number 94, horse collar tackle. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So the horse collar is called. It's a 15-yard penalty.
Horse collar can be the shoulder pads. It doesn't mean that the receiver or running back has to go backwards. They can go forwards and grab the harness from the back.
But from midfield, Don Jackson. A little more speed with Jackson, and Corey Jones will toss him down after a 4-yard pickup.
Play 38 ball, I told you when. Play 38, do it.
Well, they started with leader on the ground. And we'll see a platoon system, and then if somebody really gets hot, Dave Dickinson will stick with him.
On Duet, ready? I'm not going the first time. All right, here we go.
Second and 6, 3-man front. Mitchell, couple of double clutches, finds Klukas, and it's a first down. Klukas, the 5th different receiver in this opening half.
And I think the 5th read for Mitchell on the play. Watch how much time he has here. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. Dick Cook takes a look to his right. He's going all the way across, double pumps, and then drops it over the top, over the middle.
his hands quickly. Rogers to catch. Got past Big Hill. And then gets dropped by Mike Jones. 6-yard pickup for Eric Rogers, who hit 1,000 yards for the second time in his career with his performance last week.
Let's go. Deuce, left. Francis, edge tornado. 35 bins, edge stub. I'll put ready. 35 bins.
So 2nd and 4. Justin Lawrence and Charlie Power in to block, and they stay on the ground. Leader not going to get there. Going to be a yard short. And maybe more than that.
Yeah, healthy yard and a half.
Well, Dave Dickinson, you hear, sending out 9. That means the short yardage group coming out for a 3rd and 2 gamble.
Somebody else. Somebody else, Nick.
Bombers beef up that defensive line. Stephen Richardson, Drake Nevis, Jake Thomas in the middle of it. Arbuckle out of the gun. Gonna throw. Anybody home? Now it's Leader with a flag down, breaks a tackle. Would have the first down, but there is a flag. It's a holding call against Calgary.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Wide open.
Ucumbre Williams is he was briefly trying to plead his case.
Calgary, number 61. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
Casatati on the hold. Or excuse me, Ucumbre Williams. Guess you send in Nick Arbuckle, forcing Winnipeg to put their run defense in, and then you get Arbuckle attempting a pass, but the holding call forces Rob Maver onto the field.
Williams ended up matched up against Willie Jefferson.
Maver looking for the corner here and just skipped it into the end zone for the Rouge. So it's an 8-3 Calgary lead as Maver just misses the coffin corner. One of its finest gentlemen, George Brancato, passed away this week at the age of 88. George played for the Ottawa Rough Riders and won a Grey Cup in 1960, and then won as the head coach of the Ottawa Rough Riders in 1976. Father of 4, 8 grandchildren, married to his wife Barbara for 60 years, and our condolences to the Brancato family. Andrew Harris takes that direct snap, faked an end around to Dembski, but then gets dropped. Short gain. Wynton McManus tells you who made the tackle. And Harris, as a Winnipeg Blue Bomber, has been stymied by Calgary over the last few years, averaging
50,
just over 50 yards a game.
Shaw Zeus on one. Ready?
Hasn't scored a touchdown against the Stampeders since 2014.
Go! Blue way! Blue way's enough!
2nd and 9. And Claros takes off, and he is punished. Wynton McManus got all of that, and the headline story here is that Claros pops up.
We're good, we're good, we're good.
Well, that's the question, and he just jumped right back up, and that's a great sign, because that, you know, at some point you had to see. Now, if Zach Collaros wants to hook slide, he's got to get down earlier. This is not a late hit by McManus. He looked like he was getting there to the hook. He was thinking about it, but he's got to hook slide before the tackler is in his tackling motion. The crowd doesn't like it.
And some fans talking about this on Twitter the last few weeks. about quarterbacks who get hit in the midst of sliding, but they've got to declare.
Yeah, I thought he was going to sit on the
declare
ball
earlier than that. And his history has nothing to do with the way that rule is interpreted. It was the right decision to have no call on the play.
Headlock to punt. Line drive on the ground, and Jerome be able to take that cleanly on a second hop. 49-yard punt. Flag is
coming back
down, and looks like a good Lorenzo Jerome return is coming back. But a play that makes you hold your breath, and happy to see that Collaros is all right. Again this week, we imagine Rider fans cheering for their good friends in Winnipeg to help out. Penalty against Courtney Stephen on the return, so all the way back to the 10. Milanovich leader straight ahead, and he has a pickup of around 4.
23 ball. 9-23.
Derek Jones checks in as an extra defensive back. Jake Thomas to the sidelines.
Wide slide is Celtics right. Our balance. Ugly 62. Kansas. Backside China. I'll put up already.
And doesn't look any the worse for wear.
Nope.
2nd and 7. Pressure coming. Swings it away up for grabs and knocked down by the safety, Brandon Alexander. Intended for Reggie Begelton. Alexander shaken up a bit, but makes the play to force the second Calgary 2-out of the night.
Get it off, Dale. Let's go.
Yeah, Willie Jefferson starting to make an impact here too. I was involved in this one. Inside pass rush with Congo, and both forced Bo Levi out of the pocket, and then it was sort of a throw it and hope that Begelton can win the jump ball. He gets up there, but Brandon Alexander makes the play. Great athleticism from the safety.
Grant awaits just on the bomber side of half. Pressure on Maver. Good boot. 48-yard punt, and Janarian Grant corralled just beyond the 50-yard line. Good downfield cover led by Nate Hawley and company. Right back to work. Zach Collaros when we come back. Full return so far for Zach Collaros.
Well, first quarter he was 6 for 6, 77 yards. Took a couple of hits in the first quarter. That was the very first drive. Had a nice deep ball throw here to Rasheed Bailey, and then this was the hit that had the home crowd booing for most of the next 5 minutes. But Wynton McManus is just tackling a running back in the open field once the quarterback takes off up the middle. And if Zach Collaros or any other quarterback needs to hook slide, they got to do it earlier.
Go! Blue way! Blue.
Starting at the 52. Over the middle, that's intercepted. Nate Hawley's got it. Nate Hawley with the interception back to the Calgary 52. The Stampeder linebacker rookie's first Canadian Football League interception.
Keep slinging, get it back. Let's go.
I told you. That ball coming to you. I told you.
It looked like Collaros just locked in right here to Darvin Adams on this dig route, but what he doesn't see is Nate Hawley drop underneath it, and Hawley right in this spot here is going to just turn his hips, make it look like he's going outside, open up to the throw in the middle, but all kinds of Calgary traffic. And coming off, I'm not sure if you heard it at home, but Zach Collaros said, "That's on me."
Things take over. Jackson stays in the block. Mitchell just got it away, and it is caught. No, incomplete, excuse me. Josh Huff, the intended target. And Nick Taylor in coverage.
Mitch mentioned Huff had the big game last week, 121 yards receiving. That's his second 100-yard game. Overshadowed by the 3-touchdown performance from Reggie Begelton. But Huff is coming on.
Yep. 7th consecutive start for Josh Huff out of Oregon. 3-man rush. 2nd and 10. Mitchell steps up and guns it to Begelton. And the 3-touchdown man last week has a first down. First catch of the night for Begelton.
I'm wondering if they're starting to get in the zone, because nice patience here first from Mitchell. He feels that's 3-man pressure. I got all day. I can just wait, find my guy. Where is he? Get it. He's right in the goalpost. Let's just take a look. Begelton, get 84 going in the zone. 19-yard pickup.
4 for 62 last week, and those 3 touchdowns for number 84. First down, and the hitch to Klukas. And Mike Jones on the corner makes the tackle at the 40.
You know, I mentioned briefly that Mike O'Shea and I talked yesterday about the lack of a pass rush. And Kyrie, he said, you know, Bo's reputation preceded him last week because he gets rid of the ball so quickly that the D-line started watching and not getting up the field first. Waiting and trying to knock it down to the line of scrimmage. And seeing a little bit of that starting to happen again here tonight.
Willie Jefferson moves inside. 4-man front. 2nd and 11. And an open target, and Klukas couldn't get turned properly. Wide open, but Klukas unable to readjust to the football.
This was supposed to be, and I can tell you this for fact because I've listened in. You didn't hear it because there's a delay, and Levi Mitchell wasn't happy. That was supposed to be a corner route, and Klukas ran just straight down the field. Mitchell threw it to the corner. And he's going to go and make that adjustment with his young receiver on the sideline.
A missed opportunity. What could have been a touchdown, and now Paredes has missed, and Janarian Grant's bringing it out. Look out. 2 kick return touchdowns against Calgary, and a block here. Oh, big saving tackle there by Mike Rose. A defensive tackle. How about the range by Rose to save a tackle? And that'll end up on the Calgary highlight reels in their film study.
Oh, it certainly will. I mean, this is a big D lineman that tracks down one of the fastest returners in Janarian Grant in the game. And I'm not sure if at the end of this was there a horse collar, and that's what the crowd is upset with, but I think it looked like he got a piece of the horse collar. But great hustle for Rose to save a touchdown. If he doesn't get him there, he is gone the rest of the way.
Well, maybe on the shoulder, and
gets a break on the first play of defense after that run.
That's some play by Mike Rose. Still a big opportunity for Winnipeg here, starting near midfield, and Harris straight ahead for 10 yards. That should get him right in the neighborhood of 9,000 career.
Moving up the list and chasing Normie Kwong.
And 10 yards on the carry, 7 for 26. Go! Andrew Harris has just hit 9,000 career rushing yards. First down, a little toss inside. Dembski got some running room. He's got a first down. And this is the 33.
Just because Chris Strebler, who was their leading rusher last week, is not in the game, they can still stick with what they do well, the Bombers, and that's running the ball, certainly.
Up to 43 yards rushing for the Bombers in the opening half, including this little inside toss to Dembski for 12.
Royce Mechie is having a breakout year, and they're just taking a look at him now. In fact, we had a good conversation yesterday with Trey Roberson, who's, by the way, back in the lineup. He left this game and has come back. A little friendly fire there.
Yeah, Chris Casher, but helmet to helmet with a teammate.
But I asked Roberson how his safety has been playing. He's a young guy, just 22 years old, and he said, boy, this kid is so athletic, very quick, tremendous range at safety. He said in practice last year, he played every position. He played the corner spots, the halfback spots. Anytime he could get a rep, he would get reps. And Roberson saying he can play any one of the spots in the defensive secondary. And our producer John Hines said, well, you know, short side corner, can he play there? Because that's the hot corner, and that's where you put your best cover guys. And he looked completely serious right at both of us and said he can play short side corner. Royce Mechie can play short side corner in the league, and that's how respected he is from his teammates.
I don't think we've done that much this year, but Josh Bell's done a heck of a job with that secondary, hasn't he?
Sure.
That was an area of concern right off the hop, just because of inexperience beyond Brandon Smith. But Rashawn Amos, Raheem Wilson, Royce Mechie all have been outstanding this season, along with Roberson and Smith, who you'd expect. Crew continues to work on Mechie. Will step aside and be right back. Up and headed to the Calgary sidelines.
Teammates and training staff just helping him off, just to get a little more evaluation over there. But good to see him up and walking. He's moving his arms and hands through the entire process, and to make another adjustment in the secondary here, the Calgary Stampeders. They put Lorenzo Jerome at the wide side corner when Roberson, or excuse me, yeah, the wide side corner when Roberson went out and moved Raheem Wilson to the short side. Now with Mechie out, they'll put Courtney Stephen, because now you're talking Canadian ratio as well. So Courtney Stephen will play safety. Another very versatile Canadian defensive back. Seen him play corner for Ticats and for the Stamps.
Under 2 minutes left, first half. Handoff Harris, hole up the middle. And he'll drive down around the 3-yard line. Close to 8 for Andrew Harris.
Got something going in the run game in this series. Be surprised if Paul Lapalese doesn't give it to 33 one more time. And then even if they get down to the 1-yard line, go for it on third down. Unless they can get the first without scoring here, which is very close down there.
Yeah, they can get a first down without scoring if he can get to the 1.
Go!
The second and 2.
Blue eyes up!
Bidemski, touchdown. Second rushing touchdown of the year for Nick Dembski, and the Bombers have the lead.
Defensively, when you're playing against the leading rusher like Andrew Harris, when he goes in motion, your eyes go with him. And Harris, even though that motion wasn't really like a play action type of motion, it was enough to just take the attention of the Calgary defenders for just a split second, and that's all Dembski needed.
So the Stamps missed the connection on the long bomb to Klukas, missed the field goal. Janarian Grant kick return, and then Zach Caleros drives some 55 yards in 6 plays for the go-ahead score. Convert good from Medlock, and it's 10-8 Bombers.
Still rehearsing the celebration because they had a couple of issues at the celebration on the field. Dembski's over here. He wants to do the old power spike, and his teammate Andrew Harris right there with him says, oh dang, sorry about that. I took it out of your hands there. All right, well, and look at Andrew going, sorry, man, I just took it my bad.
The van gave the money. I just want to get on camera for a second. That money. Just for a second.
I think Nick Dembski just got tipped.
Hey, thank you, man.
He just got a tip from a fan.
That's incentive to go back to the end zone, isn't it?
That is a first. Hey, score a touchdown, get a tip. I love it.
Has a playoff feel again, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. That last week did too.
Different kind of game than last week, but a couple of heavyweights going at it. Jerome and Robo are back. Line drive kick, fielded right at the goal line, and here comes Lorenzo Jerome, trying to get outside and gets knifed down by Kerfala Exume, who has his 25th special team tackle on the year. A flag down at the sidelines here.
I think they're going to say Exume was late.
Looks like it.
Flag came out
Mike
late.
O'Shea wants to have a word about that.
Yeah, that one was real close. I'm not sure about that. Well, the illegal block will balance it out because O'Shea was very upset with the call. The official right in front of the hit didn't throw his flag. One that was 30 yards away did, and that's what was making O'Shea unhappy. Either way, they will offset the penalties, and away they go. Exume, the
rookie, has had a terrific year on the teams. Officials conferencing. This would be the third field position start for Calgary inside their 15. Let's take a look at whether or not the Bombers had a case.
It looks like it was close. I mean, I think what was upsetting Coach O'Shea was the fact that the official right in front of it didn't throw his flag.
Mitchell to work, another batted down, second time. The ball's been knocked down today, and that's Deandrick Hansen, the global player from Potsdam in Germany, who's, I think, been the best global addition this year.
Yeah, he may be. I mean, he has a sack on the season. And now a knockdown. That's the 75th team knockdown or bat down from the Bombers.
They lead the league. Here's Mitchell throwing and an open receiver. Josh Hunt gets loose. Mitchell started 6 for 7. That's his fifth completion on the last 11 attempts.
Hey, Moreno.
Timing on the throw. Outside receiver. And it's just going to be that curl in the window. You need Eric Rogers to clear out the safety Brandon Alexander, which he does very effectively.
32-yard connection, pressure coming, flared out to Rogers, and Marcus Sales will bump him out in Winnipeg territory. Bomber 54, pickup of 9.
I think that last play may have been the first time I've seen number 19 for Calgary have to get himself up off the turf against the Winnipeg defense in 2 games. I believe it was Jackson Jeffcoat that got there. It was just as he threw and pulled him down. That's the first time I've seen Mitchell get up off the turf in a game and a half.
Second and short, and Leaders gonna get the first down. Dragged down by Jonathan Kongbo. Drake Nevis there.
Level right.
First down Stamps in the final minute, first
60,
half.
60. Hey, hands.
On the fringe of Paredes field goal range. And throws that to Bagleton. Nice catch by Beggleton, who had to know he was going to get popped.
Yeah, those throws, you're going through the... And Beggleton knows it. See how Mitchell is just peeking. He doesn't want to turn his head to his target, so he's just peeking.
17 on the connection, 2 for 36 for Reggie Beggleton, and now Mayala, a catch dropped at the 25. There's Mike Jones, and while the offense stays on the field, the safety Royce Mechie is making his way to the Calgary dressing room.
It's good to see he's riding shotgun and not in the back.
2nd and 3. From the Bomber 25. And underneath, that's caught. Beggleton again with Adam Bighill on the scene defensively.
They're moving Beggleton all over the place. Right now he's in that trail and the third receiver to the trip side and just trying to get a little quick slant in there. Bighill closed quickly.
Started the 15 and Mitchell catching fire again. Stepping up. Low throw. Mayala, does he have the catch? At the 1-yard line. Let's see if they mark it there.
Hey, fire!
Referees are going to conference.
They want to run a play before they can overturn it.
Looks like he did make a tremendous catch.
Let's go.
23 yards and 1st and goal at the 2. And that is a touchdown, Eric Rogers.
Wow. Under 2-minute drive.
That's the 2-minute drill, run to perfection. Sorry, Eric, nobody's going to give you 5.
Well, there's one there.
Maybe.
One thing. Yeah.
But that's 95 yards on 8 plays in under 2 minutes.
It's tough to stop when he gets on a roll and when he gets his #1 target going in Reggie Beggleton. And by the way, that means that's the 21st touchdown reception for Eric Rogers, the most Bo Levi Mitchell has thrown. Most by a receiver.
9th of the year for Rogers, his first in 5 games. And as they almost always do, they'll go for 2, 10 for 15. They were successful 3 times last week on 2-point convert attempts. Not here. Incomplete, intended for Beggleton. Nick Taylor there defensively. It's 14-10 Calgary.
Just an outstanding drive. Some accurate timing throws to go the length, basically the length of the field. And the touchdown. Eric Rogers was tied with DeVaris Daniels at 20. Touchdown passes from Bo Levi Mitchell. He's now got 21 and is the leader. More touchdowns to Rogers than any other receiver since Mitchell has been in Calgary. And he's up there telling as many Bomber fans as will listen. I don't think any are listening, but he's up there saying that was number 21 from Bo Levi Mitchell.
Still wondering about that Mayala catch. The first replay looked like a good catch. The second, you wondered if maybe there could have been a challenge, but
I don't think Calgary thought that they made the catch.
Short kick, and Miller recovers. Sopik brings him down. No time on the clock, so there was a safe play to short kick it, and an interesting battle between these two Western heavyweights. 14-10 Calgary. Here's Rod Smith.
The stats. Here's the man in the yellow hat with the stats.
Yeah, good balanced half by both teams. Bo Levi Mitchell, 182 yards, but all eyes were on Zach Collars. Great first half, 8 for 10, 97 yards. Andrew Harris is now over 9,000 yards rushing, only 14 yards away from most career rushing yards by a Canadian, Rod.
Big accomplishment. If he can get there tonight, Hergy Mayala has had one. He's got a touchdown catch. Here he is with Claire Hanna.
Hergy, you and the offense really set the tone on that first drive. It ends with you catching a touchdown. How important was that to set the tone of this game?
Oh, definitely. We know that coming down here, last time we came down here we lost. So for us, it was, set the tempo, and then, the rest of the game, we just got to keep it up.
A couple missed opportunities, but you are leading 14-10. What do you do to turn it around in the second half and just continue?
I think we got to go harder because, there's a lot of plays that we left on the field. And, if we capitalize on those plays in the second half, we should be, blowing them out and, walking out of here with an easy W.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
4 catches, 54 yards. Bo Levi Mitchell. Zach Collaros. Collaros, as mentioned, 8 for 10, 97 yards, threw a pick. Mitchell, the touchdown pass to Mayala. And that
might have let it go into the end zone, but now trapped down around the 6-yard line. That's a 57-yard Medlock punt and roll.
Yeah, and Terry Williams not in the lineup for Calgary tonight, and that was Dave Dickinson's decision. Williams basically said he's really banged up, but probably could go tonight, and Dickinson, and I think it was the right one, thought it's time to give him a break, a maintenance game, and let him just sit this one out and get better. But that's a rookie mistake. That's a young mistake. He should have let that bounce 2 more times into the end zone. Fields it inside the 10, and now Bo Levi Mitchell's got to try and climb out of a hole.
Yeah, Brandon Alexander got down there first. 4th time tonight. Calgary starts inside their 15. Handed off to leader. And Kyrie Wilson steps up and puts a quick stop to that play.
Hey, patient.
Going to be 2nd and 10. Three-man front, 9 drop, underneath it goes, and Mayala slips, and he'll be well short of the first down, and 2 outs traded on the opening series of the second half.
Adam Bighill made the play. It's been, as far as the numbers go in the analytics, it's been an average year for Adam Bighill by his standards. But as it gets colder and we get into November, number 4 in the middle of your screen is going to make more and more plays for this Bomber defense. And this was a big one to keep them down in there and force Dave Dickinson to now make a mistake to either give up, or a decision to either give up to or kick it to that guy.
Maver to punt. High, short punt. Janarian Grant will take this at the 40. And that's a 15-yard, no-yard penalty. So they're going to start around the 24-yard line. Great field position for Collaros and the Bombers. A month away.
Looking forward to it.
Well, Dave Dickinson's team
all right.
sees his defense on the field starting at the 25-yard line after the no yards penalty. A 32-yard punt by Rob Maver.
Blue away.
So a net of 17. Short drop. Collaros, open target. Touchdown. Kenny Lawler. And Zach Collaros has his first touchdown pass as a Winnipeg Blue Bomber.
Yeah, it's fun to watch him. It's great to watch him celebrate, because this has got to be a special throw for Zach Collaros and all that. Jackson Jeffcoat out of there. He brings Adam Bighill up to the line of scrimmage, drops his defensive end, who then redirects and gets underneath this throw.
Better punt by Maver, but here's Jerry Grant, the clothesline, and that will be flagged. And they'll tack 15 yards onto that return for Janarian Grant, improving the Collaros field position. So we're just shy of 6 minutes into the third quarter. Collaros with his first touchdown pass as a Bomber, celebrating with the big tackle Jamarcus Hardrick. Unnecessary roughness call against rookie Sterling Sheffield on that special teams tackle, so they move it up to the 43.
Hey, let's go. Here we go. Hey, quarter right, 0-1. Alert, 0-1. Ready?
During that break, Dave Dickinson told his team to play with poise. Didn't like the last couple of penalties.
Blue eyes up.
Swing this out to Dembski. And get a yard or two beyond the line of scrimmage. You wonder if that's one of those options for him to throw the football. On the lateral pass.
Hey, X-Stutter here. All right. We got weak right, 65 Fido, X-Stutter, wide Juliet. Deep check, Omar, ready?
2nd and 9. You know there's a lot of gadget plays in that Lapalese playbook.
Blue way! Blue eyes up!
Got some time, taking a shot for Adams, and Trey Roberson nearly had it, the pick. Looked like he had it, but popped loose coming down, but a 2-and-out for the Calgary defense.
You know, the timing between Darvin Adams and Collaros will get better as they continue to play together, and this timing is just a little off, and that allows Roberson, one of the best in the business, the all-star at corner, to go up and get underneath Darvin Adams there. Adams basically played DB and knocked it out of his hands.
Saves the interception. From Medlock to punt. Couple return men back. It will be Jerome again from his 16. And brings it back about 6, but good hustle downfield. Mike Miller was down in a hurry. We'll find out if he gets credit for the special team tackle.
You get your death, okay?
10th start of the year for Bo Levi Mitchell. A little fresher than he might normally be at this time of the year. With more on that, here's Claire.
Yeah, Chris, and yesterday, Bo Levi Mitchell told me that for the first time this season over the past few games, he feels like his arm is clean and he's been playing pain-free. And that's because when he was out for 7 weeks at the beginning of the season, he says at this point in the season, he's usually managing little injuries like turf toe or a bad knee. Those 7 weeks off have enabled him to be fresh. He feels better than ever as they approach playoffs. And that pain-free is obviously translated to some big games as he's had 300-plus yards in 4 of his last 5 starts, guys.
And over two touchdown passes tonight, 28 in his career against Winnipeg, and this is 14th start.
Which is another sort of validation of my theory that if you're weighing the concern with rust versus
you're going to run Ditto Petro. Petro, the free
take rest every time. Once your playoff spot is
62 Ditto Petro.
I take rest. Be fresh as you can be going into the playoffs.
First down 35, 4-man rush. Actually, Jefferson backed away, and Bengleton in flight. Took a tremendous shot from Mercy Maston, and Bengleton felt the brunt of that. And a flag was thrown on that. You can hear Dave Dickinson wanting an ejection on this hit.
First down.
Take another look, and you almost have to slow it down to see. Clearly the hit comes across. But I'm not sure there's a penalty there.
There doesn't look like there's a penalty there.
Just because you run across and hit him hard, he basically, Mercy Maston basically turned around and hit him with his back almost. I mean, he tracks it all the way. He doesn't launch. He turns his back and wow. I mean, it was It was a serious hit. Both players with their feet on the ground, solid, going in opposite directions at full speed. But
no, 52 hot. Gene, guys, W close. RP, Esmond, I'll put up already.
Huge play, 38 yards plus.
Go.
The penalty yardage. Stampeders in business just outside the Winnipeg 20. Underneath, Charlie Power dropped that one in the first half, but he got it here and inside the 15 for the big fullback, just his third catch of the season.
Hey, spin right, Congo, Reno.
Power, the different receiver on the night.
Hey, you sound.
2nd and 2.
Go.
Leader's got it. And he's got the first down.
Charlie.
Maston on the tackle.
51.
I'm walking. F wide, F left, Z tornado, Bomber 64, W lock, go. Backside Remington. Let's put up already.
First and goal from the 10. Calgary looking for the 4th lead change of the night. Mitchell underneath. Eric Rogers, touchdown. Got a couple tonight. Going back up there. And now 10 touchdowns on the year on that 10-yard connection from Mitchell.
Eric Rogers in his office.
All day, baby. When you come
You get down in the green zone, and it's go time for number 4. 2 tonight. From Bo in his career.
17 touchdown passes now for Mitchell, and this is 10th game of the year. 5 plays, 87 yards. And the convert missed by Paredes. Grant can return this. If he does, it's 2 the other way. And he's going to. Jadarian Grant going to run away. And it's 2 back for Winnipeg. And it's a 1-point game. Well, that's how you get momentum, by giving up a touchdown. Thirteenth big play return of the year for Winnipeg, but it comes after this 10-yard touchdown strike from Mitchell to Mr. Rogers in his neighborhood.
Take a look at the touchdown. There's Eric Rogers, as you mentioned, Chris, right in his neighborhood. He's in the green zone, and he's going to run the inside route here. He's got basically trips to that side, to the wide side of the field. And he just got to find a little hole in front of Mercy Maston, but not all the way across to Adam Bighill. And he finds it, as he often does, down in that green zone. Here's the convert attempt that's missed. And the one thing about converts is you've got your big boys up front blocking. When you kick a long field goal, you have cover guys, more linebackers in the lineup to go down in case the long field goal is missed. But on converts, you don't have that. You have the big boys up front, so there's really only a handful of, athletes that are good tacklers to get after Grant. They couldn't get it done.
It's the first convert miss by Paredes this year.
I don't mean
28 for 29.
I don't mean to say the big boys aren't athletes, because my Twitter is going to blow up on that one.
We don't like them in a race with Jadarian Grant, though.
No.
And Grant this time contained up at the 30-yard line. A flag on the play. So 4 lead changes in a 1-point game.
During the return, holding Winnipeg number 19. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down, Winnipeg.
Kyrie Wilson flag. That'll lengthen the field for Zach Colaros.
Let's pull one together now. Are we rolling? Are we in? Here we go.
Even what? You good? Even what?
Mike on Winton McManus, who has 6 tackles tonight. First down handoff to Harris, not going very far. Derek Wigan, the big defensive tackle.
Ranger.
With a quick stop to that.
Hey, listen up.
The debate team gets involved.
Listen up. Hey, empty out left. 50 Rogers on Kodak. Ready? Kodak. Go! Blue wave it on! Huh? Goes up!
6 receivers. And almost picked off. In and out of the hands of McManus.
Just listening in there, he's our mic'd defensive player for Calgary, and wasn't too chatty after dropping that one. Boy, that hit him right now. I wonder if he was just peeking over there to Darvin Adams.
Kalara's thrown 1 tonight, nearly a second. Medlock to punt it away. Blast this. 56-yard punt, Jerome. Brings it back 13. Tackled by Corey Jones. Good field position for Bo Levi Mitchell at 279 on the night.
Well, coming into this game, the Winnipeg Blue Bomber defense had more defensive stops, at sacks, tackles for losses, no gains or knockdowns than any other defense in the league at 178. They need one now. Coming off the heels of another long, successful series from Bo Levi Mitchell, ended in a touchdown.
Its leader gets upended right in the backfield. Adam Bigfield shoots the gap and drops leader for a loss of 1. Seventh tackle tonight for Big Hill.
Hey, December! Double right, 60, deep usage. That's that star XP on December, ready?
A rough new look. It sets up 2nd and 11. Jeffcoat dropped the gun, and leader takes exception to the contact on the quarterback.
Ante, back up now. Now. It doesn't matter, just back up. Hey, good job, but then back up.
Offside, Winnipeg number 94. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd and 6.
2 least penalized teams in the Canadian Football League.
By the way, last week, Calgary, 5 penalties, 20 yards. That's it. So 2nd and 6 underneath it goes, and the catch made, and a first down. Colton Hunchak's got a catch, and that's his first of the night. If it is, it's a 9th different receiver for the Stampeders.
Mention the superpower for Mitchell in recognition. Just read the defense, see the zone drop, dump it underneath. Only needed 5 for the first. Hunchak picks it up.
Right, Francis, X slide, 8:30. 38, Oscar, X subpass, W depot, wide throwback. On foot up, ready.
First down at the Bomber 43. And Justin Lawrence and Charlie Power in. Mitchell throws the out. Great catch. Reggie Bagleton stretched out, so bouncing back from that hellacious hit on the last series, and back for 18 more.
Little stem inside. Time to come all the way back to the out. You know, last week, Bo Levi Mitchell, I thought his accuracy was as good as I've seen it from him. Maybe ever, but certainly this year. This game tonight, I think his receivers are making some big catches down low when he has been a little bit off on his throws.
Mitchell over 300 yards once again. Handoff inside leader. Short yardage.
We haven't seen much of Don Jackson. They're going to rotate through the first half. And then Dave Dickinson was going to make a decision in the second half as to who would carry the load. Clearly it's leader.
W-whip,
Jackson's the quick game. Leader's the power game. Right now the power game is being utilized by Dave Dickinson.
T-drive, wide corner, T-swing, backside swamp, W-whip. On foot up, ready.
Fifth 300-yard game for Mitchell. Another passing situation. Here they come. And Mayala's got the catch. Down around the 6-yard line. Ball popped out. Whistle sounded with Josh Huff picking it up just in case.
No pressure coming this time. See Adam Bighill to the right of your screen. He's going to fake it and drop out, as does Jackson Jeffcoat. Similar to that defense we saw where Jeffcoat got the knockdown. And this time, Mitchell waits just long enough for Mayala to get out there, and that ball was out.
Yeah, that would have been a fumble, but recovered by Calgary. Whistle sounded. They could not advance it. 16-yard play. First and goal, and early movement procedure against the Stampeders.
Just stop. Let me do it. Just stop.
Procedure, Calgary number 63. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So one more play in this third quarter.
All right, same thing. Celtics left, X slide, 63. Toe stand, wide pylon, T-swing, T-slide, backside Kentucky. On foot. Hey, get to your tight down.
So first and goal from the 11. Sindani's in motion. Mitchell has time. Open. Mayala. Touchdown. Had 2 last week and has another one here. His second of the game.
Superpower number 2 for Mitchell, negotiating the pocket. He's got tons of time, just 4-man pressure. One of those guys is Willie Jefferson, who again is trying to knock it down rather than get after the quarterback. Now sometimes that's a designed call from Richie Hall, but that pocket management for Bo Levi Mitchell, outstanding. One of the best in the league's history, in my opinion, and he buys tons of time so he can get Mayala open.
62, strike, W-whip, backside spat, R-leak. On foot, ready.
2 for Rogers, 2 for Mayala, and they go for 2 here. And look for Sindani, got it. And it's 28-19 on that connection to Richie Sindani. 337 passing yards last week, and it'll be 337 here tonight with a touchdown to Mayala and 2 more for Sindani.
There's a drink for that.
Good third quarter for the Calgary Stampeders. They have the lead 28-19 on Andrew Harris bobblehead night. He's got to start bobbing a bit.
He does. I mean, last week, 55 yards rushing for Andrew Harris. This week, just 35 after 3 quarters. He is 14 yards from passing Normie Kwong, but more importantly, I think for bobblehead Andrew Harris tonight, they need to get him involved in this fourth quarter, because with that balance, they are moving the football and they get a little run going to help Zach Collaros out. But he's closing in on a couple of milestones. What's most important is this game tonight and getting the win. They need to see more 33, in my opinion.
Only 32 yards for Winnipeg in that third quarter, and 25 came on the touchdown strike from Collaros in one series. So other than that one play touchdown drive, just 7 yards of offense. A bobble there. But now here comes the return for Nick Taylor out across the 35-yard line.
And, you know, the analytics basically support the suggestion that they need to get 33 the ball a little bit more. I mean, 20 touches or more, and they're 17-2. He's had 11 touches tonight. If they're less than 20, they're about 500.
So 11 touches tonight. Second half been an issue scoring for Winnipeg. 7 points or under in 6 of their last 7. Outscored 18-6 last week in the second half. Harris out of the backfield. See if he can get a block. He does not, and is nailed after a pick of a couple by Brandon Smith.
Nice tackle by Smith, who last week made the announcement that this will be his final season in the Canadian Football League. 12 great years for the veteran. 34-year-old Brandon Smith out of Sacramento State.
Here we go. Hey, we got ace, left, cluster, 64, Hank, all one. Ready?
Talking to Trey Roberson yesterday, and he said, yeah, the rally call of let's win one for Smitty is already full volume in their locker room.
Trying to go to his 7th Grey Cup. Collaros wide side of the field. Catch is made. Nick Dembski's got a bomber first down.
I agree with what you said earlier, though, Chris, that Bomber fans got to be really encouraged by Zach Collaros and how he's throwing the football. Whether they win this game or not, and whether or not Zach gets to 300 yards tonight or not. I think the zip on that ball to the wide side of the field, his recognition, he's comfortable back there. It doesn't look like he's shy or skittish to throw it or take a hit.
109.
This is the season finale for the Bombers. Get a bye next week.
Go!
In all likelihood, they'll play in a Western semi. Will it be Zach Collaros? And this time, there's the proper slide.
There you go.
You ready for the flag? You about to do it?
Yeah. Well, it's either that or you lean into a hit like the guy that we just saw that's not dressed tonight, and Chris Strebler. He's going to run like a tailback out there. One of the reasons, actually, that he's on the sideline tonight, because he got so banged up last week. But he's going to take on the hits or go find contact.
Kodak.
If you're going to hook slide because you're a different style like Zach Collaros, you do it.
Blue way! Goes up!
2nd and 6. From the pocket over the middle, right on target for Nick Dembski. Another Bomber first down to the 33. Smith brings him to the turf. That's one of the best Collaros throws of the night.
I was going to say, that is. I'd put that one because it's in that traffic area. It's over the middle. It's in the meat grinder. And he has tight coverage all over him.
Hey, ace left. 31, wide bar, wrong one.
And Collaros put it just where only Dembski could reach at it. Look how close the coverage was from Jamar Wall.
Go! Blue way! Blue way's up!
Here's Harris with stutter step. Powers down to the 25. Oh, we got Matt Nichols and Chris Strebler and Civvies tonight. And here's their reaction to that last throw.
Yeah, Zach telling us yesterday that Matt Nichols has been...
Hey, we got Party, quarter right, 40, tailback back, on one. Ready?
Real valuable, him learning the playbook as quickly as he has.
Collaros 163 on the night.
Blue eyes up!
Touchdown pass and an interception. Dembski. And he gets hauled down at the 24. It's going to be short of the first down by a yard.
1.
See Zach signaling to the sideline as they bring McGuire in. Sean McGuire will come in. I was going to ask you, though, we've still got 11 minutes of football to make an assessment, but
yeah, I might take the points here, but you know, I can understand that. I mean, when I say the points, the field goal with the points, you give Calgary a ton of momentum if you don't get this. But it's a yard, and you expect to get a yard, especially with a 220-pound quarterback running the sneak.
Go! 180! Left side!
He's got it. My question wasn't. My question is, who starts for Winnipeg in 2 weeks?
It's a playoff game.
If Chris Trebler is healthy enough, is it the guy who's been here for longer, or the guy who looks like he's been a quick study here tonight?
Yeah, that's going to be the talk of the town, won't it, for the next couple of weeks? And I'll put it this way: there will be a 2-quarterback scenario without question.
I think so.
Yeah.
Blue way! Blue way's up!
5 minutes in, fourth quarter. That pass complete to Adams. And Adams trying to fight his way for extra yardage. Looks like he's got close to 8 more.
Nice balance in the drive.
Deuce!
Right now, Saskatchewan fans, again, they're hoping that Winnipeg wins this football game. They have a shot at first in the division. And a better shot, better chance if Calgary loses in this one tonight.
31 blunt base.
But they're also talking about the possibility of maybe a Zach Collaros-led Winnipeg Blue Bomber team facing Saskatchewan in the playoffs.
Blue way!
That's a spicy one. Barris again.
It's tough.
Hasn't been able to find much of a hole here tonight to run through. Tough sledding all night long.
It has been tough sledding for 33 against this Calgary front seven. A front seven without Cordero Law.
Ranger!
I'm making them earn it.
Hey, listen up. Hey, we got Queen right under.
I feel left.
So the 10th play of the drive.
Kimbo. Feel.
First and 10.
I'm under. Go! Blue way! Blue's up!
Pitch to Harris. Might have something here. No, hanging on was Deshaun Amos.
Oh boy,
this one, it looked like it might be opening up.
I think, and Amos is hurt. He got Andrew Harris hold him for a half a yard and a half, I should say, and
a hand injury perhaps.
Yeah. It's easy to call it from up here when you're down there, and you're just looking for that flash of opening, and Harris makes an inside cut there. I think he might have scored. He's got to go out for 3 plays now. Royce Mechie already out of the lineup, so Dickinson likely puts in Lorenzo Jerome.
Second and 7. A little extra time to make this play call.
2 on 2. Stand on move on 2. Ace left, 64 boost, Y poison, Z fin, check on 1. Ready?
Oh, you're saying 0.
On 0, yeah.
Jerome to the wide side corner. Raheem Wilson moves into the halfback spot.
Go! Blue way! Blue's up!
Second and 7. Calero's bouncing around in some trouble. All the way back to the 25. Launching back to the end zone. Touchdown! Darvin Adams!
Well, now that discussion, now that discussion about who should start in the playoff game for Winnipeg. If Trebler is healthy, and it's a debate, boy, that just got really spicy, as you mentioned, with this magic from Zach Collaros. Spinning out of there, finding Darvin Adams, and on the run, putting it right where he had to. Adams makes no mistake with the feet.
5th touchdown catch of the year for Darvin Adams. Zach's turned back the clock for us tonight. CFL fan, you got to be happy for him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Medlock adds the convert. 11 play, 72 yard touchdown drive. And it ends with a spectacular Colaros touchdown pass to get the Bombers close.
Maybe it's the sun of that sun on you. I feel
I'll take another look at this low-angle magic from Zach Colaros, who, you know, if you're playing tentative because of the history, you're throwing it away when you turn around and you see Anthony Johnson, like Zach saw him when he tried to spin out of there the first time. You're probably just throwing that away, but he hung on to it, got outside, found Darvin Adams, and we got a 2-point game.
IG Fields rocking. Half a quarter to go. Jerome from the 12. Mike Miller and chase, but Jerome got away and then steps out. And we will head back to the studio. Let's check in with Rod Smith.
Thank you, CC, where the focus of answering the call was, yes, Zach Colaros. 16 of 20, 179, and 2 touchdown passes, including that brilliant one to Darvin Adams. As for the Bomber D, well, their big test, maybe the biggest, is coming up next midway through the fourth quarter, and Calgary still up by 2. We'll be back.
Winston Rose trying to amp up the crowd here at IG. Trailed by 2. Richie Hall looks for a stop, and Bo Levi Mitchell starts at the Stampeder 41. They go sidearm, and Kyrie Wilson will run leader out at the Calgary bench.
Rod mentioned it. Bombers need a stop here. Winston Rose had a quiet night, but Winston Rose leads the Canadian Football League in interceptions with 9.
Rebel right, X on.
He's got 11 knockdowns, and he's up against the Bagleton Eric Rogers side. I'm going to put my out on him tonight on this play, up at the top.
2nd and 10. They've used 10 different receivers tonight. Mitchell gets this one away on target. Sindani right near the first down stick. Had to get to the 51. They're going to mark it right there.
Richie Hall trying to go with man coverage. Get him up there and get him in press. So Mitchell just waited for Sindani to get out of his break and put it right on him.
Orbit, 33 Zeus, F block shield. On foot off foot, ready?
37-33 last week. 2-point game here, under 6 left. And Powers got another catch. Upended by about the 53, 54-yard line. A little slow to get up after that. Mike Jones on the corner. And see if he's able to stay in.
It's a big man, 6'3", 210 coming at you. Jones going to be okay. He's going to go over now to the opposite side, to the wide side of the field.
Mo Vegas, Cherokee. On foot off foot, ready? Need my heart. I'm not good, guys.
Fifth time this year, Mitchell has thrown the ball at least 40 times in the game. And going deep here was Bagleton. And it comes up short with Alexander in coverage. And Bo took a hit.
Yeah, I did. It was full blitz, so we haven't seen a lot of it from Winnipeg. And just before, I'm not sure if you heard it at home, but just before Mitchell broke the huddle. He said, I'm going to need my hot. He anticipated this blitz from Adam Big Hill. You got Masson down the bottom here. He's coming as well. This is a full blitz from Winnipeg, and Bo knew it was coming. He basically broke the huddle saying, I need my hot. That's you, Reggie. He had it. He had the right decision, the right guy, and couldn't make the connection.
Janarian Grant at the 10. Great downfield cover after the 40-yard punt. Nate Hawley there with the special team tackle in a 2-point game. Well, earlier tonight, Mike Miller, now number 2 all-time in special team tackles, just passed the boss, president of the club, Wade Miller, with number 185. Wade, your 3rd all-time now. And Mike Miller within 5 of Jason Araki for the all-time special teams tackle lead. Here's Colaros, took a hit but got it away, and Waller down the sidelines. They'll rule that he went out just short of the 28, so just short of the first down.
Deshaun Amos is back on the field in the secondary for the Calgary Stampeders, so he sat out his 3 plays.
Wade Miller looking on, his team trying to win 8 of 9 at home this season. So McGuire back in the short yardage, takes it to the left, and gets it. Sterling Sheffield knocked him off balance, but McGuire able to turn it upfield for the first down. And Mike Miller's on the left.
Ranger!
As he heads to the sidelines. Mentioned that Cordero Law was out for the Stampeders. They lost 2 ends early in the season for Folarin Arimolade and Ivan McClellan. Dickinson was anxious to see both of them in the lineup, and now they've lost a 3rd defensive end in Cordero Law. Not sure what his availability is going forward. Fake to Harris. Colaros turning away, and now launches, but Adams made a break late, and it's incomplete. Watch there by Raheem Wilson.
Darvin Adams pointed to himself immediately. He went, well, lucky to get through that without a penalty flag being thrown. But Adams pointed to himself after this play immediately because he's an intermediate receiver, and when the quarterback scrambles, the short and intermediate receivers have to turn it up.
Mike O'Shea's going to challenge illegal contact there. That illegal contact was not flagged.
Well, there's officials standing right there, and he didn't throw his flag. He just warned them.
Winnipeg is...
Remember, you can't jam a receiver past 5 yards. So let's see, they're past 5 now. That's all okay at that point. Yeah,
nothing there, is there?
I don't think he's going to win this challenge, but sort of a little hand fighting going on, which is permitted.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. Incomplete pass, 2nd down.
Bombers 4 for 10 in challenges this year. Go! So 2nd and 10.
Blue away! Blue away!
And that pass at the first down stick is on the money. Kenny Lawler moves the chains. First down at the Bomber 40-yard line with 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Zach Collaros with the connection to get to 200 yards passing. Down by 2 as we head into the final 3 minutes. And a reminder, tomorrow, triple header action here on TSN. It begins with the Ticats and the Alouettes at 1 o'clock Eastern. Then it's the Red Blacks and the Argos. And at Commonwealth, the Saskatchewan Roughriders, Edmonton Eskimos at 7 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. And that game takes on even more significance should Winnipeg win here tonight. First and 10 out of his hands quickly. Into the hands of Rasheed Bailey. And he has 5 to 6. See how generous the spot is, just beyond the 45, so we'll call it a 6-yard pickup.
Hey, listen up. We got Earth right ties.
Well, these two teams used to going down to the wire. And again, the Bombers have lost 4 of 5 decisions that have been by 4 points or under. Second and 4. And that one underneath for Dembski, broke it up. Great close on the play by Jamar Wall. The 8th-year man at the side linebacker spot.
Yeah, he came out of a cannon. I mean, Jamar Wall was outside drop from his linebacker spot, and he was coming downhill just before it left the hand of Zach Collaros.
Just under 2.5 to go. So Medlock to punt, had trouble with it. Able to get it downfield, and Jerome will give himself up at the 25-yard line, but fortunate that Medlock got it away.
Cold Effects for the No Excuses Squad, the #1 pharmacist recommended brand.
So Mitchell with the lead, 2-point advantage, doesn't need any more points, can he? Burn 2:21 off the clock.
Wide tornado, the quad block left, 39, Oscar Bear, double block, and shield,
Couldn't get a stop late last week. How's this one play out? Take it back the other way and a drop on that misdirection, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Had a 100% commitment from Willie Jefferson on the play fake. Couple plays early from Jefferson, quiet since. He's trying to motivate and get his teammates going.
Many flags are thrown because of that.
Well, in the situation in the game, in a 2-point game, if someone is that selfish at this point, man, that's a spot on the bench. But let's take a look. Great coverage. Are about 25 yards to 30 yards away from field goal range to take the lead.
Hard to sense the wind here in the building, but flags are certainly showing more breeze than when we started the night. Here's Harris. Up across the 50, and Andrew Harris is now the all-time in CFL history.
It's been tough slugging tonight, but he gets there and just passes Normie Kwong.
50 rush yards on the night, again an asterisk. The official number in the CFL book does not include unofficial stats from 48-49, so might talk about that again next year. But Andrew Harris in the books, and more importantly, a second down. Midfield is going to be third down and a yard.
I think they're going to try and quick snap it here.
Ball nudging into Calgary territory. It's got to get just past the Stampeder 54.
Oh,
they're going to push ahead with Collaros, and he should have it.
He was inside a yard, so they went with the quick game just to try and get us the ball snapped quickly and not bring in the short yardage team, which is Sean McGuire.
Let's go, gang. First down, no first down.
Brett Watson, the defensive coordinator for the Stampeders.
Ace right, 360 down. 1-1, ready? Go!
Another first down for the Bombers. They're in Medlock range in all likelihood. To catch at the 50. Smith over the top. Bailey hangs on. Again, it would be into the wind here, so.
Trips right. Trips right. Sting 50. Gin shake. Wide choice. On 1, ready?
Medlock 6 for 8 from beyond 50.
I think the Bombers need one more first down.
I agree.
Yeah.
Go! Blue way! Blue way's enough!
2nd and 6, they empty it out. And there's a catch. It's going to be another yard short. Maybe a yard and a half. It would be a 52-yarder into the wind.
Heavy.
They're going heavy set. They're bringing in Sean McGuire in the short yard.
Breeze a little too stiff.
In warm-up with the wind behind him, I saw Medlock kicking from 60 and was
Shift to rock, our
500.
fast cross, 19 way.
I think this is the right decision by Mike O'Shea. Now, can they get that yard?
Go!
Need a yard and a half from McGuire. What a surge. That almost gets him into Medlock range. That's enormous. And it'll take time off the clock.
A guy who got kind of jumped on the depth chart by Zach Collaros this week. He's been number 2 or 3 originally, but number 2 behind Chris Strevler through all of his starts. And, you know, I like the decision because he's the veteran in Collaros, but that's a teammate chipping in when he got the opportunity.
He might be a guy we want to see a little bit more of next year, huh? Got a little Strevler fire. Dave Dickinson knew that could be ball game, but now they'll just try and run the clock and get a little closer for Medlock.
Harris high snap.
And his best run of the night. Down to the 25. That's where they had to be. 15 for Andrew Harris.
They're bringing in McGuire to go just to get it to the middle and take up as much time as they can off to not give Bo Levi Mitchell any time to set up Medlock.
Gave it the bobblehead. 65 on the ground for Harris. 21
zombie,
receiving.
X-back, 1-1, ready? Go! Blue way! What's up?
Give it back to him.
Get to the middle.
And to the middle he goes.
There you go.
And here comes Medlock with 3 seconds on the clock. Yeah, that 2-point return on a missed extra point by Janarian Grant puts the Bombers in this position tonight to win the game, to win the series, and maybe knock Calgary out of first place. From 34 yards out, remember Roberson blocked one like this. Roberson up, for... And Medlock's good. A game winner. A walk-off game winner. And Zach Collaros is back in the winner's circle.
That's the storyline tonight. Poster child for overcoming adversity, Zach Collaros gets the win in his first start in a long, long time. Here's another look at the game winner.
Look at Roberson.
Medlock money, and he gets tons of elevation on that kick. And that run by Andrew Harris to set up the field goal attempt helps Medlock put that elevation on it, get it away from Roberson.
So 11 wins for Mike O'Shea's team. They still have a outside shot of a home playoff game. They may have done damage to the Stampeders' home playoff for the Western Final. The Nissan Titan Player of the Game brought to you by the Nissan Titan, ranked #1 in quality by J.D. Power.
He goes 22 of 28, 221, couple of touchdowns, and maybe most importantly, took some big hits tonight and bounced right back up. Zach Collaros is back, and it's great to see.
'22 of 28 for 221. And that second touchdown pass to Darvin Adams, a big one. Well, what a season series it was between these two teams. Bombers win both at home. Here's the lineup for Super Saturday. Ticats and Alouettes, then Red Blacks and Argos. And the Rough Riders, still in pursuit of first in the West, will be in Edmonton to play the Eskimos. Zach's back, and the Bombers finish the regular season at 11-7. So long, everybody. Here comes SportsCenter.